son Zachary had passed away that day and left behind his 3-year-old son. When he was 16 years old, he was so adamant on being an organ donor when he got his driver's license. And to tell you the truth, we really hadn't heard of organ donation. We knew it happened, but we didn't know to what extent. He made every friend, family member, anyone he met become an organ donor. And so we all agreed and we did this. And when we were at the ER and I seen code blue, I just told my husband, oh my gosh, they have to do whatever it takes. But we totally forgot that, and when that ER doctor did ask me, I couldn't answer as a mother. I literally could not make that call. And like Melissa said, my husband did, and at that point, all of a sudden, something snapped, and I'm like, he's an organ donor. We have to do this. Out of this tragedy, he has to save lives. And everything changed, and when we were up in ICU, I have to tell you, the nurses there were wonderful. They never gave us false hope. At one point, I lifted up the sheet and tickled Zachary's feet, and his knees came up. Everybody in the room, oh my gosh, we got so excited. And the nurse came in and explained to us that, you know, it's from the nerves in the spine, it's not from his brain. And then that was taken care of. And like she said with my daughter, we have to do this test. I could not agree to do organ donation unless I was 100% sure as a mom. And once it came back that it was, we had family members in the room, and we all stood around, and I don't want to start crying, but we said a prayer, and as I held Zachary's right hand, I just felt this warmth come up because we were praying, not only for us, but for the recipients that we didn't know, because that was so important. And one of the nurses had taken his right hand imprint and given that to us, which we thought that's very nice of them to do. Well, the next day we got a phone call about 1 in the afternoon that there's been a request for his right hand for the 5th hand transplant in the United States, in the first or hand donation here in Indiana. And right away my husband said, I don't think I can do that. I just can't do that. Our family's in construction. And Zachary worked with his right hand, and he was very artistic. And we had so many family members there, and I told my daughter and my husband in the bedroom now, we have to discuss this. And I told my husband, if it was Zachary who lost a hand, we have to do this. We have to do this. This is what he'd want to do. So, I mean, it was just within 5 minutes called back and said, we will do it. And, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. And with the caseworker, Courtney Talata, I have to tell you, she is wonderful. She worked with us, and I said to her, it's important for me to find out who the recipients are. Right away, within the first 2 weeks, I sent pictures, I sent letters, and of course the man with the hand, I knew who that was right away because it was national news. And I'm not supposed to do this, but I Googled and found out as soon as I could on him since they had told me. And I actually sent him a letter right away. And in that letter, I put to him that I hope someday my grandson can shake his father's hand. And I'm sure that will happen. And Eric and I, we are really good friends on Facebook, so we correspond all the time. And then another gentleman that received a pancreas and liver, we're friends on Facebook. And for me, it really, getting to know the recipients, that out of a tragedy, something good could come out of all of this. So it just was real important. And out of all of this, I now have a very close, really good girlfriend, Debbie, who's going to be coming up. She received my son's liver. And we made contact, and it's like we were sisters. We just became friends and on Facebook, and we actually went down to Indiana, Oregon, to a support group. And Debbie and I spoke there. We met at a gas station for the first time. And we became friends, and we're now, it's so important to us, we spread the word about organ donation. So, and this is Debbie.